Hey Pisces, thanks for visiting. And as I always ask you, I know I say this, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. Only if you would like to, I don't mind what you do. I am happy to have you listening though. So I'm going to get right on with your reading right now. So the first card you have for your past is the Lovers. So yeah, this is obviously about love. It can be about choices, a lot of different things. I'm actually getting a few different mixed feelings around this card. I think you might have been missing someone. You're trying to not miss someone. You didn't want to be missing someone, of course. Nobody wants to be missing someone. But, you know, I just felt that I had to say that you were trying not to, because I think you were keeping the way you're feeling to yourself maybe. And I think you might have been doing this because you might have had I think you might have been missing this person for a while, and you had some people around you who might have been saying to you, things like, oh, just move on. Oh, you shouldn't be missing them. Oh, this amount of time's passed, 1 month's passed, 10 months passed, whatever amount of time has passed. Oh, you should be over them by now. Stop missing them. Go and do new things. Oh, why do you still feel like that? Just move on. Now, you know that it's impossible for you to just switch off your feelings like a light switch and just move on. You can't just do that whenever you feel like it. It'd be fantastic if you could. I'd love to be able to do that myself, but I can't do that and you can't either. And you were trying to get through this. It's not as if you're feeling that way on purpose. Sorry, this really drives me mad when people say that to people. So yeah, I am seeing that you are doing a lot of things. You were trying to do a lot of things to keep this person out of your mind and to keep their face out of your mind. I'm specifically seeing their face coming into your mind, and you say, no, I want this face out of my mind. And if you look at the woman on this card, she isn't looking over to the man. The man's looking at her, but she's not looking at the man. She's looking up to the angel. So she's not trying to look at his face. So you were trying to get their face out of your mind. And she's also, the woman in this card is also looking up to the angel. So she's looking up to higher things. So you might have been trying to also look up to higher things in your mind. So you might have been exploring your spiritual side. You might have been looking into that to help you get over this missing this person, but also just for other reasons as well. You might just be exploring a lot of different things to kind of look at new things and get away from missing this person and thinking about this person. So I keep on emphasizing this, but you were trying, you really, really were. And you're exploring a lot of different things as well. I'm seeing creativity around this as well. So you might have been doing some creative activities, lots and lots of different things to try and help you to move forward. So you were doing everything to help yourself. So yeah, the next card you have your past is the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, I think in time you might actually realize a few things about this person that you might not have been seeing while you're with them. And I think you're still missing them, I think, at this time. But there are things about them that you might not be able to see now and you weren't seeing when you're with them. But as time goes on, you'll probably be able to see those things and recognize those things. And this is what happens. Sometimes we need to move out of a situation to be able to see it properly. And that's why sometimes, to be able to solve a problem, you need someone outside of the situation to kind of see the problem. Like sometimes, when people have counselors and it takes someone who doesn't know anyone in the situation to come and see a solution to that. But anyway, I'm not seeing that you're going to realize all these horrible, terrible things about them or anything extreme like that, but I am seeing that you are going to see a few things and say, oh right, yes, I'm actually glad I moved on from that. Oh yes, I'm seeing that too, I'm glad I've moved on. I think yeah, I think there might have actually been some inequality around this. Now, it might have been real inequality, or it might have been something that was perceived. Someone might have felt that the other person thought they were up above them. So it might have been something they were thinking and feeling, or it might have actually been there. Now, either one isn't good. So I don't know if you had a completely different job or career to this person, or if one of you had a better paid job or a more prestigious job than the other or something like that. But I think it was something like that, because there's work in this card. I see that a lot in this card, and also obviously money in this card. But yeah, one of you felt that you were slightly above the other one in some way, or it might have been the person felt that they were behind the other person. And that's what I'm getting in this. So, you know, to me, of course, nobody's above anyone else, but this is about perception. I'm actually seeing someone's opinion sort of being dismissed, or they felt that it was. It might have been you, might have been them. And I just keep on seeing one person always feeling as if they were kind of a bit behind the other one in terms of either work or money or something like that. Might have been education as well. One person might have been more educated than the other one, which might make a difference sometimes. It depends on what job you're doing. Sometimes it doesn't make any difference. But anyway, I think when you look back on this situation, you're going to realize this, you're going to see this, you're going to feel this difference very, very clearly. And this is going to happen when you've totally moved on, and you're going to say, oh yes, why don't I feel like that anymore? Oh, because I'm not around this person. So that's the kind of thing I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Empress. Okay, so I don't see this very often in this card, even though this is quite an obvious thing to see in this card. I don't know if this is going to be a shock for you. This is in the past, so you might already know this. I'm seeing this card quite literally. Either there's been a pregnancy announcement, or there will be one soon, I think. And I am seeing a lot of surprise around this. It's going to either really surprise you, or other people, I think it is going to surprise you if it hasn't already. I'm seeing someone keeping this very quiet, maybe even up until the last minute, and maybe this is a family member. It might even be that you didn't realize that they were even in a relationship until the last minute, or it might even be that they weren't in a relationship. They might just suddenly announce this. Now this is going to be a surprise. I keep on seeing shock and surprise all around this. People are going to be looking at each other silently in shock. And I'm not seeing any problems around this pregnancy. This is all going to be absolutely fine, or anything like that. But all I keep on seeing around this is shock and surprise. Not shock in a bad way. So don't feel like, oh, there's going to be a problem in this pregnancy and a shock. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, there's going to be a lot of shock with the announcement of this. So, and that surprise and shock is going to be around a lot of people for a long, long time, and especially around family, because I'm getting the feeling that this person might not have even told their family until the last minute. That's just what I'm seeing around that. So the first card you have for your present is the Six of Cups. So yeah, family. This can be about visiting family. It can be about seeing people you haven't seen for a long time. Sometimes this is about looking back on things that happened years ago, all of that kind of thing. So I think you might actually be visiting your family, or family might be visiting you. It's something like that, or you might be meeting them. And I think it's probably going to be centered around this pregnancy or the birth of this child or something like that. There's a lot of innocence in this card, a lot of newness, springtime, flowers, new growth, all of that kind of thing. The other thing I'm seeing in this is that there might actually be someone who isn't happy with this news for some reason. I am seeing someone distancing themselves, and I'm seeing this might be someone who's a little bit older. So it might be that they have some kind of old-fashioned idea around this pregnancy or this child. You know, there's a man on this card who's walking away from this scene, and he has a kind of a walking stick. So that makes me think this might be an older person who's walking away. But I don't think that's going to make a difference. I don't think it's going to make anyone any less happy about this, because I'm seeing this is quite a positive, this is actually a very positive card. And I'm also seeing people giving gifts in this card, with this person giving this lady a gift of these flowers. So obviously around a birth and pregnancy. There are people giving gifts and all of that kind of thing. Might be a baby shower even or something, if that's something you have. So yeah, I'm seeing gift giving and a lot of positivity. So this is looking really, really nice when everyone's gotten over this shock. So yeah, the next card you have for your present is the Knight of Swords. Yes. So I think this might actually be a warning to you. Now, it's not terrible, don't worry. Nobody's going to come and really hurt you badly. No one's going to come and stab you or anything like that. I think you might have to try to make an effort to stop someone from telling you something. And I think it's going to be an effort that you make with yourself. I'll explain this to you. Yeah, I think I'm seeing someone who probably means well, and this might be a mutual friend between you and this ex or this person you're missing. And I think this friend or whoever this is might want to tell you about this ex. Yes, sorry about that noise. They might want to tell you about this ex. They might be wanting to tell you about, what they're doing, whether they're seeing someone new, whether they have a new job, whether they've moved house, all these things about them. Now, of course, this is going to be very tempting. You're probably going to want to hear everything they have to say. You're probably going to go, oh, tell me about them. But this is a warning or a message, and I think this is telling you not to listen to them. I think you might just have to politely tell them that you don't want to hear about this person, even though it might go against what you're feeling, because I think you might be feeling as if you do want to hear this. You're going to be, oh, I want to know what's happening. But it wouldn't be good for you. It wouldn't be good for you emotionally to hear this information at this time. It might set you back, and you don't want that to happen. So just be aware of these messages coming in, and just be aware of your own reactions to them, and be aware that you might be tempted to hear this information, and you don't want to hear this because it's going to hurt you if you do, because it's going to have you thinking about this over and over again in your head, going around and around again. And just remember, in the Lovers card, what I was seeing was you're trying not to see their face, you're trying not to think about them. So this is going to make you think about them all over again. Now, the person bringing these messages to you, they don't mean to hurt you, but yeah, again, just hearing about all of this and what this person's doing might set you back. So again, protect yourself from this information, protect yourself from these messages. So the last card you have for your present is the Seven of Cups. So yeah, look at how confused the man is on this card. He's kind of, you can't see him, he's like in a silhouette, but he has so many strange and weird things clouding around in front of him. He doesn't know what he's doing. He kind of doesn't know what he's thinking and where he is. And if you listen to this information, that's what your head's going to be like. It's going to be a great, big, messy cloud full of confusion, and you're going to be right back where you were a while ago. So don't put yourself into this state of confusion by listening to these messages. Protect your emotions. So I'm seeing that again in this card. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that this might be a good time for you to think about getting some clarity around something that you're wanting to achieve. I think you had a lot of bad feeling around something that you were doing a while ago. This might be a project. This is something that you started and you put it to one side, I think, while you're still with this person. You abandoned this because I think there were probably a lot of memories around this. I think when you're working on this before, you might have also have been working toward a future with this ex. So I think it might have been difficult for you to even look at this again when you kind of separated from them, because it brought up all these memories again of when you were with them. But I think this might be a good time for you to think about this all again, think about working on this again. I think this would be a really worthwhile thing for you to do. I think this is going to give you a goal and a focus. I also think this might be something that could have some commercial value for you. So there might be some money at the end of this. If this is something that you want, you might not. But I think working on this with yourself in mind rather than your ex in mind might help you to grow stronger in yourself as well, on your own. and it's going to help you to move forward. And it's going to help you to think, okay, I can open these things again, I can look at some things again, and I don't feel like that anymore. I'm moving forward. So it might show you the evidence of that as well. So I think if you do revisit things, if this is resonating with you, I think that's going to do a lot of positive things for you. So the first card you have for your future is the Three of Cups. So again, I'm seeing this project in the Seven of Cups. I think this has the potential to be something very, very good for you financially. If this is something that you want to do, if this is a road that you want to take, that you want to kind of earn some money from this. I am seeing that it's going to take a long time for you to work your way through this and to get to the end of this project, but I think it's good for you to have a big, long thing to work toward and a big goal, because it's going to give you that long, drawn out process for you to focus on, and a goal at the end of it, which is going to be really, really important to you, I think. And then, you know, you're going to get to the end of this, and here it is, there's a celebration at the end of it, like these women, and they're drinking wine. And the fact that they're drinking wine also shows me that this is going to take a long time for you to get to the end of this, because when you think about the process of making wine, obviously it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. You know, crops need to be planted and grown and harvested, and then the grapes need to be processed and then fermented for years in barrels and all of that kind of thing. So it's going to be worth it to take your time and create something of a beautiful quality, like a very fine wine. And then there's a celebration at the end of this with these women who are celebrating this harvest. So yeah, they're celebrating an abundance. So again, there's a possibility of this being lucrative for you at the end of this as well, if that's something you're interested in. So yeah, again, try and look at this thing you put aside or put away and go back to it again. I think there are a lot of things you're going to have to review again and redo again, because I think it's going to be a bit a lot of things might be irrelevant now, because I think you were doing this a while ago, so you're going to have to go and change a lot of things in it, but that's going to be really good, I think. So the next card you have for your future is the Six of Swords. So yeah, as you go through this project and you work on this and you build your confidence up and you work toward this goal, this is going to help you to move forward and away from this heartbreak. And I think this is definitely going to happen. And I think at this time, you're already going to be heading toward the end of this horrible kind of heartbreak feeling. You're going to be getting away from that at this time, whether you do this project or not, but that's definitely going to help you if you do that. I also think there might be someone helping you to do this, because I'm looking at this man kind of steering these people away in their boat. So I don't think this is a romantic connection though. I think this is going to be, you know, I think this is a friend. So and I actually don't think they know a lot about this emotional turmoil that you've been through, because I think you have been hiding this or keeping a lot of this to yourself. That's what I've seen in the Lovers card. Yeah, this is someone who's really going to support you. They're going to help you to move forward. This is someone who can really take you out of your everyday life and your problems just by being around you and talking to you. This is the sort of person who you feel energized around after being around them. So this is a really, really beautiful, positive person. And I think this is someone who's also going to be supporting you and encouraging you with this project, if this is what you're going to be doing, and they're going to be celebrating with you at the end of this as well. And so yeah, you're going to be moving on. And of course, as you move on from this old energy, new opportunities, a lot of different areas in your life are going to have some opportunities come in love as well. But it's going to happen when you're ready. This is going to happen when you are 100% ready for this to happen. But yes, it's going to happen for you. The last card you have for your future is the Eight of Cups. So yes, moving on again, same thing. You're moving on from all of these old emotions, all of these old energies. And if this is all resonating with you, again, it's going to probably take you some time before you're able to accept new love into your life. I think you're going to need a break from anything emotional and romantic or whatever for a long time, and this man is walking away from this wall of cups, this wall of emotions. So you're not going to have any kind of emotional things going on for a long time when it comes to love. You will in the future, because this man's kind of walking away, he's going around this hill and then he's going to come back around again. So eventually you'll come back around to love, and you'll probably have new love in your future, which is what I'm seeing. And that's what you need. You need something completely fresh, completely new, someone who doesn't know any of these old people, someone who isn't going to come back and say to you, like this person in the Knight of Swords, oh, I know your ex, blah, blah. You want someone completely fresh, completely new, who knows none of these people, and you can completely have a fresh start. And that's what's going to happen. And you'll know when you're ready to start finding this again. Your instincts are going to tell you this. So Pisces, I hope this resonated, but as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to, only if you'd like to, and thank you so much for watching.